Hey, what's up, everyone? It's M-Joy, your favorite conscious indie pop artist. I am also a huge comedy fan. I gotta say, I totally love what Marc Maron is doing right now on his podcasting tour, talking about how there have been so many problematic and skyrocketing in popularity, like comedians that, on one hand, absolutely, they have skill and craft, 100%. But on another hand, they're using their craft and popularity to swing popular opinion towards right-wing crap that's highly problematic and punches down, and it's just hack, 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 hack. Now, one thing I want to point out, because I haven't heard this yet, is that he started out this tour with the Bad Friends podcast with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. And I'm glad that they hosted him, and I'm glad that folks were sharing on that podcast like honest opinion, real names, and just calling it what it is. But something that I haven't heard said that I do want to share here is that, in my opinion, Bad Friends podcast is a part of that right-wing kind of bro-y pipeline. And let me explain. I've heard Bobby Lee say like, I'm like centrist now, I'm not really right, I'm not really left, I'm centrist. Okay. And then I've also heard Andrew Santino say, "Oh, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even care about politics." Just anyone who's in the celebrity status, who has made lots of resources and influence and fame and money off of their talent. On one hand, congratulations, that's amazing. On another hand, you have to consider they might have other interests and other reasons and other connections that they've made with politicians and other things pulling at them to vote more centrist or to vote more right wing, right? And so because of that, they're in this new class now. They have money now in ways that majority of their fans do not. So as they're processing their sort of like shift from like, oh, I'm more centrist now, or, oh, I actually avoid politics, I don't even care. As well as when we think about Tony Hinchcliffe and how he's on the president's eggplant emoji, it's just like, okay, dude, you're super rich now. On one hand, it makes sense that all this is seducing you. The problem is when they're sharing these seductive messages that just like, oh God, isn't it great not to care? Oh God, isn't it great not to commit to a side and just kind of claim centrism? Oh God, isn't it great to have a sense of belonging and just feeling like we're all in this shared club? When they're the only ones that would remotely, possibly economically benefit from, because they are dudes with money that can have that sense of belonging, that can get that payback, that sense of camaraderie and brotherhood. It is not spread equally, and it does not trickle equally down to the rest of us. Those of us that are fans of them, that get swayed by this whole idea of belonging and how it's cool to think and be centrist / right wing. It's not cool. It's highly toxic. And, I just wanted to call that what it is. I love how Bad Friends hosted Marc Maron. That's amazing. And they haven't really fleshed out or checked their stuff, their privilege. And they're not sharing that piece of it with their fans. It's like, okay, if you're gonna vote more conservative and you're noticing that change in yourself, you started out having more justice, social justice oriented leanings, and then now you're swinging over to this other side. Okay, just know that that is a direct result of having access and increased flesh like resources that is all temporary, right? And so your inclination to vote more in this way does not match the circumstances of all your fans. And so hyping up that way of thinking and voting and being would not equally benefit your fans. I would say cultiness. It's a cult. And so I enjoy parts of all these people that I named, but it's very much, it comes back to Bell Hooks and her mapping out the need to have a very clear lens and a way to critically think and unpack what they're fleshing out. Sometimes they're demonstrating amazing craft, and other times they pepper in propagandist thinking. And so I just wanted to say, hey, Bad Friends, in my book, you're not off the hook. Go, Marc Maron, go.